I got a new toy today. I ordered this one off of Amazon. This is a limb-driven clicker. Basically, I'm going to attach it to my Barebow here and see how it goes. I've never shot one of these limb-driven style clickers because I want to see how well I can shoot Barebow with a clicker, but not an arrow clicker, a limb-driven clicker. So like I said there in the intro, I'm going to try putting this limb-driven clicker on my bow. I found it on Amazon. I think it's actually called the Clickety Click or Clickety Clicker. You stick it on a limb. Supposedly you're supposed to stick it on the top, but I'm going to put it on the bottom because that would be more adequate for world archery style rules or more traditional style recurve type rules because it's out of my line of vision. So I can't possibly use it for a point of reference when aiming. Not that I would anyway. But I just don't want people to be concerned. Obviously, this doesn't fit within the rule books because it is a clicker. But as you know, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, I deal with some target panic. I try to use a grip sear and make that work. I actually made a video fairly recently. I'll have a link in the description below and a card at the top up there in case you want to see how I try to work through target panic with my grip sear. But I know that, at least I think that, this is going to make such a difference in me being able to shoot. Again, I've not used one of these before. I don't know how consistent they are. I would imagine they're just as consistent as a clicker on an arrow, although I will be string walking, so there may be some difficulties there as far as getting it to be consistent, or at least consistent once I find my crawl that I need based on the setup that I'm using. So, like I said, normally people will put it on their top limb and tie it to their top string, way up here. But I'm going to put it down on the bottom because then it's completely out of view and nobody will have anything to say about it. I do already have a limb saver here on the bow. That's right where the wedge ends in the limb. That's where it stops flexing. And it's kind of in the way of exactly where I would put this, but I'm going to put it further up towards the riser. So that way there is no flexing of the limb going on in that area. I believe it will help to be maybe slightly more consistent. And yeah, then I'm going to get this thing set up and dialed in and show you what I'm doing all along the way. I'm going to make it up as I go because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm going to set it up first, very similar to how I would set up a drop away rest. So I'm going to actually unstring the bow and throw the string, the D loop, in the middle of my strands, right? Because then I'm going to tie a piece of power grip here just above and below it to kind of keep it in place from moving and walking up and down. And that way it'll be a little bit more consistent and stay put. And then in theory, I should be able to adjust it slightly up and down the string once I get it close to adjust the timing, like the clicker length. So right about where I'm going to stick it on the belly of the limb, I'm just going to kind of untwist my string and thread it through here. Now, like I said, I've not used one before. I don't know how you're supposed to set one of these up, and I don't really care. I'm just going to do it how I feel like doing it. I'm probably going to put it as close as I can in the center of the string, just by feel, as far as how thick these two little bundles are, and put it right through the center here. Now I'm going to string the bow back up. I'm going to do this first so I can get it as untangled as humanly possible. Now you probably put it standard on the top limb because when you unstring from the top, and so the string stays with the clicker. I'm going to quick check my brace height though to make sure it's relatively close to where I like it. And good thing I checked it because I am way, way low. I'm at like 8 1/8. I'm going to crank a bunch of twists in. And this is why, as I add twists, it kind of tangles up there. So there's probably a better way to do this. If you know better, comment below and let me know if you've set one of these up, if I'm totally just doing this wrong. If you are interested in one of these, I will put a link in the description to the one that I did purchase. Now I understand why the original one has the ball and chain where you can disconnect it, because then you can make your adjustments on this type of stuff, like brace height, and things like that, and not have it flying all over the place, and definitely have it, disconnected when you're breaking the bow down. I'm going to stick this, like I said, on the belly of the limb, really close to the limb saver, pretty much in the center of the limb, right about there. So when the string pulls, pretty cool. Should be pretty neat. Wow, it's pretty easy actually, and just it going through the center of the string seems to keep it with enough tension. I don't want to break it. All right, so I'm pretty close there. I don't know how I'm going to secure it yet. So I'm going to get warmed up and shoot a few shots and try to get this thing dialed in lengthwise and see how it goes. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, all warmed up. All right, so I'm gonna try to use a 50-meter crawl when setting this up, because after I get this all dialed in, I am gonna go shoot a 50-meter round with this bow and see how it goes. I think I'm somewhere around here. No more nail on the grip edge. Oh, that's gonna be lovely. Recurve, my old friend. Oh, this is cheating. I still think a clicker barebow division is absolutely needed, because there are so many people out there that deal with target panic. And if you're not going to shoot tournaments and you want to shoot barebow, this just might be your way to go. Yeah, it's not even fair how easy it is to just make the shot happen, because it's just like a clicker. Keep pulling until you hear a click and cut it loose. I mean, it's just super simple. You can't get any more simple than this, where you just pull until it clicks and then you cut it loose. I've seen some people where they pull it back, get to full draw, it clicks, then they let up a little till it declicks and then pull to make it click. I don't like doing that because I didn't do that with my recurve, although I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. Let's give it a whirl, just because that's what some people do. I don't like that. Does not make sense to me, because you're overdoing it to relax to then start back up again. I think just going right from the get-go, get into position, pull, 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 click, cut it loose, and you're done. No fiddling around with a grip sear. Yeah, I think this is going to be fun. So on the next video, this is a short one. I know it is. It actually took a lot less time for me to set up and a whole lot less finicking, because I just set it up over there in front of the bench, as you saw, just drawing it back a couple times, and I didn't even have to make any adjustments right now to make it work. So I'm probably going to throw a little bit of serving on this, or tie a knot in some way, shape, or form. Maybe burn an end on it. That way it won't move, because as you can see, the end is already, fraying and coming undone. So I'll probably cut it short, burn the end, maybe tie a little bit of knocking point material around this to just kind of cinch it down and keep it in place. Maybe, with a little bit more tension. Doesn't want to move because it's really sandwiched in there between the strands. I don't know. I mean, this is exciting for me, at least personally, because I'm going to go shoot some 50 meters now. This next video coming up is going to be me shooting 50 meters and trying this limb-driven clicker out to see what kind of score I can shoot, because I want to. Quickly, I forgot, new apparel. There is some new and old designs now available again. I'm using Zazzle now instead of Teespring. They should be much more reliable as far as delivery times are concerned. I will have links in the description below, a card at the top up there to the direct link to my web store where the apparel is available. There's also a link at the top of my website, jkaminski.com, and you can check those things out. There are a couple of new things there. There's also some of the old throwback designs, including this one, that's modified ever so slightly with, for example, Wave Pro veins instead of whatever these ones are. Huge thanks to Ryan for helping me out with the designs, getting them ready to go again for the new apparel. If you'd like to see any particular design that is from before, as far as the throwback design is concerned, please comment below. Let me know which design you're looking for. If I get enough interest, I'll make sure I have all of those added for you. If you like this video, consider sharing it. Hit that notification bell down below. It genuinely helps this channel out. Also, consider supporting this channel. There's many different links in the description below on how you can support this channel. PayPal donate buttons. You can donate directly to some campaigns that I'm trying to raise some money for, as far as upgrading the equipment that is used on this channel, like a high-speed camera, some acoustic panels for this room because it is very, very echoey. Above all else, it helps support this channel, allows me to continue to produce this content for free for archers around the world to enjoy. And I can't thank my supporters enough.